Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day. You've made it halfway through your week, and I woke up feeling rough. So I don't know who else has been there, but whew, y'all, I stayed up too late, and I hit that alarm this morning. It was like, whoa. You know that like disoriented feeling that you have when you're trying to figure out where you are and what you've been doing and why you feel the way that you do. Like I wasn't up partying, I was up talking with friends. And so now I am feeling all of the effects of that. That's the way it goes. So as I take a few minutes it's not even minutes, it's a moment. I take a moment to go ahead and share this out so that everybody who needs to get into the live can do so, which you guys are so helpful in being super patient while I do that real quick. Quick story. So one of the things we're going to be talking about today is that moment where you wake up and you feel rough and busted, because that doesn't always happen, right? You don't always anticipate it, but yet when it does, you need to have a go-to. And so that's exactly what happened today. And we're going to do something about it. So I want you to be able to, that's the wrong one. I want you to be able to have a go-to of how you're going to deal. So we're going to talk through, that's so weird. This thing's being weird today. So we're going to talk through that. And then we are also going to talk about what you do when you realize that you have less than 10 minutes and still need to make it happen, because that always can happen as well. That is something that more times than not is where I am at. And today is one of those days for sure. So let's get on it. I'm going to still put the timer at 10 minutes. So I moisturized as usual. I did not have my lip balm out, which is what happens sometimes. So eye cream is going to be my balm. Eye cream is one of the least complicated things to put on as a lip balm if you don't have your lip balm available. So that it's not going to like mess with the texture or anything of your lips. It's going to hydrate in a very easy way. So that was the first thing that we were going to do. And I felt like I was just about to type something, but I don't know what. That's how I know I'm tired. When I don't start immediately with coffee, but instead with hydration. Yeah, that tells the truth. Okay, so timer. That's what I was going to do. All right, feeling scattered. That's all right, because you've been there. You may be there with me right now. So in the interim of my rambling, good morning. I'm Keila Fowler. I'm the founder and CEO of 85 Beauty. And on my more well-awake days, I help women give themselves permission to be the women they want to be using makeup. So 85 Beauty is all about kicking intimidation to the curb and making makeup feel easy and accessible. And one of the ways that I am doing that with you all this week is through 5 days of looks. So each morning this week at 6:30, I hop on live and then we discuss a very quick 10-minute or less makeup look that you can do so that you can get out of the house as quickly as possible. Today, I woke up feeling completely exhausted. I'm disheveled. Come on, get it together. But I want you to be able to have a go-to look for when this happens to you as well. So I'm putting 10 minutes on the clock. I don't believe we're going to use all 10, but we're going to go ahead and start now. So what I recommend doing is sticking to, you want big impact and lots of color. My eyes, when I'm super tired or when I've been crying, my eyes get really puffy. So I woke up with my eyes puffy. I'm going to avoid trying to do anything special there. That's a waste of my time. I'm going to go straight into my eyebrows. Eyebrows frame the face. So if you get a really nice frame, it's going to detract from any other elements that are happening that you're like, hey, don't look there, look here instead. So I'm going to very quickly just fill in my eyebrows. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. The more in shape your brows are, the more tweezed, plucked, waxed, whatever you do. But if your brows are in shape, taking care of them, like filling them in the morning, should be a quick process. If they are not, they will take longer and slow you down. So maintain your brows. So I'm using quick little strokes. And sometimes I go backwards as well and kind of scribble. There are lots of different ways to do eyebrows. I like to use a pencil because it's faster. And then what you see me doing is I keep adding color and then brushing it through. The brushing it through will pull up any excess color that you put down that you don't need. So that's why I do both. And then also it just brushes your brow hairs right back into place, which is where you want them. And then I go back and forth to make sure they look even-ish. Eyebrows are sisters, not twins, which I think is really rude. I want them to be as friendly as possible, but they just don't always do that. So I'm going right into bronzer. I'm not going to put on a whole bunch of stuff. So let's see. I'm going to do a couple dabs of concealer because I can see I'm a little tired under the eyes. I have my sponge here. So we're going to dab that in. And I'm just tapping, tap, tap, tap. I'm using the pointy end of my sponge. I was thinking, if you are wondering, do I use the Beauty Blender? Yes, I do. This is the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I use this one as well. I switch back and forth between the two. This one is much more affordable. It's about $6. Beauty Blender is $20. I like them both. They both perform similarly. I would say that my Beauty Blender gives me a little more access because the point on that is a lot sharper. So getting into the corners of the face and the little crevices is a little easier. But I think this applies beautifully. So yes, I use them both. I'm going to go ahead and set that with powder. So I'm just dabbing in. So just dab, 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 dab. That's all that's happening. No special technique here. And then I'm going to go ahead and powder my nose and my forehead because I tend to get oily there. And I just like a veil of protection from feeling and looking really greasy. So kind of right in the T-zone. If we make a big capital T, these are the areas that I want to degrease, so to speak. Okay, so now I was going to use bronzer, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to go right into my blush because, like I said, you want color. So I'm tapping into my blush, tapping the excess off, and then tapping right at the fullest part of my cheek, which is here, and then working my way up towards the hairline. And then I kind of round it out at the bottom and around the top. So I tap a little, I put it on, and then I tap above it and below it until it's blended in. Add more color to your brush and then move to the next cheek. Again, tap the excess off onto the hand because you get to control how much color you're actually putting on. That's the benefit of that. Okay. I like to be a little heavy-handed with my blush on the days that I feel a little rough and exhausted so that, again, big, bold color, calling attention to, hey, look here, don't look here at my puffy eyeballs. Okay, excuse me. We're going straight into lipstick now. This is the Peppermint Pop lip color from Clinique. I'm going to apply straight from the tube. Here's what I do. I start at the Cupid's bow and get that rounded out. So one swipe. Another swipe. I then go from the corner of the mouth to meet up. So you're going to have to open your mouth, get right into the corner, and then let the shape of the lipstick do the work to fill in. Then do the other side. Blot your lips together. Then I go straight towards the center. Fill in heavily. Blot. Connect the corners down. Hi, Allie. Now you're going to smush your lips together. If you feel like you need to add more color, add more color. I feel good, but what I'm going to do, and this is the part that people mess up sometimes, is that you want to blot your lip color off, the excess. So take a paper towel, fold it in half, open your mouth, close it. Squeeze. All of that is what would end up on my teeth. You want to get rid of that. I do it about 2 or 3 times. You'll notice there's less that time. 3rd time. Now there's nothing. So that's how I'm going to make sure that I don't have this lipstick stuff going all over the place. I feel naked without a little bit of mascara, but again, my eyes are feeling swollen and puffy. So I'm just going to add a tinge of it right at the tips of my lashes, just to keep it easy. Then I'm just doing kind of like a final check, making sure everything looks okay. And that's it. That's the look for today. So I still have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. So that was about, what does that make that? 7 minutes and 50 seconds for this look. This is what is super important. Don't get super fussy on a day that your face doesn't feel up to it, because you're going to make mistakes. Because my eyes are puffy right now, if I tried to put on any eyeliner or any mascara that is like detailed work, what I would be doing is putting color in an area that is about to change. If I give myself, I woke up at 6 o'clock. So if I give myself until about 7:15, my eye puffiness is going to go down naturally. I don't do any like, oh, like there's all sorts of things like put a tea bag on your eyes, or like put ice on, or put all of these cucumber slices. There are tons of remedies you can do. I just don't have time to add those in on top of the makeup. I'm like, listen, I can do one thing. I just choose one thing. My one thing I choose is makeup. So if I were to put eyeliner on, what's going to happen is I'm not able to get as close to my lash line as I would like, because my eyes are swollen. So what would happen is that by the time my eyes calm down, my eyeliner would not be as close to my lash line as I thought. It would be higher. So my makeup would look jacked up later on in the day, which would be not good. So you want to avoid the areas that are not playing well, like they're not playing nice. My eyes are not playing nice right now. So I'm like, fine, I won't worry about you. But my lips are doing great and my cheeks are doing great. So I put a little bit of concealer just to even some things out. I set it with powder. Then I went a little heavy on the blush, like, oh, put color here. So nice. Before that, I did my eyebrows, filled them in to frame the face. So I still feel like put together. And then big, bold color on the lips. And that's all she wrote. I hope that this is super helpful for you for those days that you just need something quick to get done. And if you have any questions, as usual, just go ahead and put them in the comment box. I come back and answer all of your questions. And I hope you have a stellar Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope that it goes well. Stay hydrated, because when you're tired, Lord knows your body needs it. So I hope you guys have a good one, and I love you, and I'll see you later. Stay fabulous.